The things that I have read did not happen. They just never happened.
Thanks, everyone. Thank you.
What do you have to do to lose your job under Scott Morrison's government?
We are on the precipice of a revolution whose call to action needs to be heard loud and clear.
The federal government's rape scandal reached a crescendo last week. Attorney General Christian Porter facing the cameras, breaking down as he denied historical sexual assault allegations levelled by a woman on his high school debating team who's since committed suicide.
I was 17 years old, and I think that she was 16 years old.
There are now mounting calls for a coronial inquiry into her death.
They chose to go ahead with that, then of course I would welcome it. I would have no doubt that the Attorney General would cooperate with any coronial process.
That's despite this just days earlier.
I don't agree with that because that would say that our rule of law and our police are not competent to deal with these issues. There is not some other process. There is not the mob process. There is not the tribe has spoken process.
Faced with the prospect of a defamation lawsuit, Defence Minister Linda Reynolds said on Friday that she's deeply sorry for calling alleged rape victim Brittany Higgins a lying cow in a private meeting with staffers. Brittany Higgins responded to Reynolds' comment, saying it's evidence of the toxic culture within Parliament.
It is that culture that will become the subject of an independent inquiry spearheaded by Sex Discriminations Commissioner Kate Jenkins. It will examine workplace culture in all parliamentary parties, with the full report expected to be released by the end of the year.
As community anger over the government's handling of the allegations grows.
That what we are seeing over the past 3 weeks does an incredible disservice to our democracy, does an incredible disservice to the idea of representation.
Amid mounting calls for them to go, Scott Morrison is standing by both of his embattled ministers. A terrible, horrible, no good, very bad week for the Morrison government, following the release of a damning aged care report. And let's not forget, the spectre of COVID remains. And if you or anyone you know is impacted by sexual assault, family or domestic violence, contact 1-800-RESPECT.
And for more on this story, let's go live now to Chief Reporter Connor, our 4K. Connor, it's been labelled one of the worst weeks for Scott Morrison's government since those Black Summer bushfires back in 2019 and 2020. What's the latest on this developing situation?
Yeah, Leo, this is very much a developing situation, and we're seeing new details come to light, which raise questions about the account of Mr. Porter's accuser. In her 25-page retelling of the incident, which she planned to give to police, the Adelaide woman revealed that even after the alleged rape, the pair continued to see each other, planning a long-term future together. It's a direct contradiction of Mr. Porter's statement that they spent no further time together after the night in question. And although there are questions about her psychiatric history, friends and family of the alleged rape victim are standing by her, saying they were informed of the incident as early as September 2019. Now it comes as calls for an independent inquiry continue to grow. Barnaby Joyce joining the growing chorus of voices saying many people, including some Liberals, want Porter's head on a plate. But for now, Leo, it's a waiting game as to whether we'll see resignations, lawsuits or inquiries. We could see a protest at Parliament House on March 15, with the call put out for 4,000 women to protest the treatment of women.
Right, got our 4K live for us tonight. Thank you. Meanwhile, Christian Porter is facing more questions after saying that no news organisation came forward to him with the allegations. During his Wednesday press conference, the Attorney General made that claim, but almost immediately after that, both 3AW Radio and the Sydney Morning Herald said they did reach out to his office with questions, but did not get a response back. On social media, many are now questioning his story, asking if his office either did not pass on the questions or simply didn't care. In a follow-up statement, Mr. Porter responded to those claims, saying he was quote-unquote clearly referring to the ABC's initial report last Friday.